Good morning. How many of you, honestly, felt a little tired when you woke up today? Be honest. How many of you hit the snooze button at least once? See, you're not alone. We live in a world where the first battle of the day is not against traffic or emails or deadlines. It's against the alarm clock. But let me tell you something that I believe with my whole heart. The way you start your morning sets the tone for the rest of your day. If you win your morning, you win your day. And if you win enough days, you win your week. Win your weeks, you win your months. Win your months, you win your life. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Come on, it's just the morning. Does it really matter if I wake up at 6 or 10? If I roll out of bed and check my phone? Let me ask you this. How many times have you woken up late, rushed out the door, skipped breakfast, spilled coffee on yourself and thought, wow, today feels amazing? Exactly. But when you start the morning with intention, with energy, with clarity, something changes. The world feels different. You feel different. Today, I'm not here to sell you some perfect morning routine. I'm not here to tell you that you have to wake up at 4:30 like a Navy SEAL, run a marathon, or meditate for 2 hours before sunrise. What I am here to share with you is a truth. That your mornings are a gift. They are your chance every single day to set the direction of your life. And if you learn how to win the morning, you will win far more than a day. You'll win your future. So today, for the next 90 minutes, I want you to lean in. I want you to open your mind, because what we're going to talk about together has the power to transform not just your schedule, but your mindset, your energy, your relationships, your success, your joy. This is not about discipline. It's about freedom. It's about taking back control of your life one morning at a time. Are you ready? Are you ready to win the morning and win the day?
Let me ask you something. When was the last time you woke up before the noise of the world started? Before the emails, before the messages, before the news alerts? When was the last time you just sat with the quiet and felt in control of your day? For most people, mornings are chaos. We open our eyes, and before our feet even touch the ground, we're scrolling, we're reacting, we're already behind. But here's the truth. The morning is the only part of the day you truly own. Think about it. By noon, your boss needs something. By afternoon, your friends are texting. By evening, you're exhausted. But the morning, that belongs to you. And what you do with that time can change everything. Let me give you an example. There's a reason so many of the world's most successful people talk about their mornings. Not because they're magical, but because they understand momentum. Athletes train in the morning. CEOs plan in the morning. Writers, artists, creators, they often work when the world is still quiet. Because they know if they can win the first hour, the day bends in their favor. It's like setting a sail. When you wake up with clarity and purpose, even the winds of distraction can't blow you off course. But if you start the day without direction, you drift. And drifting is dangerous. Now, I want you to think about your own mornings. Be honest. Do you start with intention or with reaction? Do you own your time, or do you give it away before breakfast? Here's the good news. You don't need 5 hours. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to win those first moments. To choose before the world chooses for you. Maybe it's 10 minutes of silence. Maybe it's writing down 3 things you're grateful for. Maybe it's stretching, walking, praying, or planning your day. It doesn't matter what the ritual is. What matters is that it's yours. Because when you win the morning, you don't just set yourself up for success. You prove to yourself that you are in control. And that feeling carries with you all day long. Imagine walking into work already calm, already focused, already full of energy. Imagine facing challenges without panic because you already won the hardest battle, starting strong. Imagine the version of you that doesn't just survive the day, but directs it. That's the power of the morning, and it's waiting for you every single day.
Now, let's be real. If mornings are so powerful, why don't we use them? It's not because we're lazy. It's not because we don't care. It's because the world we live in makes mornings harder than ever. Think about it. The very first thing most of us touch in the morning isn't water or sunlight or even our loved ones. It's our phone. And what's waiting for us on that phone? Notifications, emails, breaking news, 1,000 other people's priorities before we've even decided on our own. So the very first message our brain gets is, I'm already behind. I have to catch up. No wonder so many people feel anxious before they've had breakfast. Then there's the pressure. Work deadlines, bills, family responsibilities, traffic, noise. It feels like the moment you wake up, the weight of the world is waiting at your door. And in that rush, you forget yourself. You forget your vision. You forget your power. Instead of starting the day with clarity, we start with chaos. Instead of directing the day, we spend the whole day reacting. And I want you to hear me on this. Distraction is the enemy of greatness. It's not that we don't have the time. It's that we lose it. One notification, one scroll, one distraction at a time. And mornings are when we're most vulnerable. Because your willpower, your focus, your energy are at their peak right when you wake up. But if you give them away to chaos, you weaken yourself for the rest of the day. That's why winning the morning isn't just about waking up early. It's about reclaiming your attention. It's about saying, before I let the world in, I choose me. Because here's the truth. The world will always want a piece of you. Your job, your friends, your family, social media, even strangers on the internet, they all want your attention. But if you don't guard it, you lose yourself. So today, I want you to see mornings differently. Not as a struggle, not as a punishment, but as your sanctuary. Your chance to recharge, to realign, to remind yourself of who you are before the world tells you who to be. Because the truth is, the world isn't getting quieter, it's getting louder. And the only way to rise above the noise is to win your mornings. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to fight the whole day to change your life. You just need to win those first precious moments.
So far, we've talked about the power of the morning and the challenges we all face. But here's the turning point. The moment everything shifts, you have to stop treating the morning like an optional part of your life. The morning is not extra time. It is not bonus hours. It is the foundation of your day. And if you ignore the foundation, the whole house will shake. Think about it like this. If you were building a skyscraper, would you rush through the foundation? Of course not. You'd know that everything, every floor, every office, every window depends on the strength of that base. Well, Your life works the same way. The morning is the base. Your mindset, your energy, your choices, they all sit on top of it. But most people treat the morning like leftovers. They roll out of bed at the last possible second. They let the day push them around instead of starting strong. And then they wonder why they feel stressed, why they feel behind, why they feel like life is slipping out of their hands. It's not because they're broken. It's not because they don't have potential. It's because they never laid the foundation. Now, let me give you a shift in perspective. Every morning you wake up is proof that you're not done yet. It's proof that you have another chance, another shot, another opportunity to shape the day before the day shapes you. But only if you see it that way. And that requires one simple but powerful mindset. My mornings are not negotiable. My mornings are not negotiable. Because when you treat your mornings like something sacred, you stop letting excuses win. You stop letting "I'm tired" win. You stop letting "I don't have time" win. And let's be honest, you do have time. The question is, do you control it, or does it control you? Think about how much time we give away. Scrolling social media, watching one more episode, hitting snooze 3 times. And yet when it comes to the most important part of the day, we say, "I can't, I'm too busy." No. The truth is, we're not too busy. We're too distracted. We're too comfortable. And comfort, my friends, is the enemy of growth. So here's the shift. Stop asking, "Can I?" Start declaring, "I will." I will protect my mornings. I will set my foundation. I will win my day before the world even wakes up. And the best part? This mindset shift doesn't just affect your mornings, it affects your confidence. Because every time you win the morning, you're proving something powerful to yourself. That you are the kind of person who keeps promises. That you are the kind of person who shows up for their own life. And when you believe that, the world starts to believe it too. So let me ask you this. What would change in your life if you started treating your mornings as sacred? If you stopped negotiating with excuses and started standing on a solid foundation every single day? That, my friends, is the mindset shift that changes everything. We've talked about the power of the morning. We've talked about the challenges. We've talked about the mindset shift. Now, let's get into the part that everybody's been waiting for. How? How do you actually win the morning? What does it look like? And don't worry, this is not about waking up at 4:30 a.m. and drinking a gallon of celery juice. This is about simple, doable habits that fit real life, your life. Because the truth is, small steps done consistently are far more powerful than extreme steps done once. Habit 1, protect the first 10 minutes. The very first 10 minutes of your morning are sacred. Whatever you do in those 10 minutes sets the tone for your day. So here's my challenge. Do not start your day with your phone. No emails, no texts, no news, no social media. I know. For some of you, that feels impossible. But imagine this. What if the first voice you heard was your own, not someone else's? What if the first thought you fed your brain was intentional instead of random? Take those first 10 minutes for you. Breathe, stretch, journal, pray, drink water, just be. Because if you win those first 10 minutes, you set the tone for the next 10 hours. Habit 2, move your body. And no, you don't have to do CrossFit in your living room at 6 a.m. It could be as simple as stretching, doing push-ups, going for a walk, or even dancing to your favorite song in the kitchen. Movement wakes up your body, clears your mind, and literally creates energy. Because motion creates emotion. And when you move your body first thing in the morning, you're telling your brain, I'm alive, I'm ready, let's go. Habit 3, feed your mind. Just like your body needs food, your mind needs food. And if you don't feed it intentionally, the world will feed it junk. So instead of scrolling, try listening to something uplifting. Read a few pages of a book. Write down affirmations. Listen to a podcast or a motivational speech that reminds you who you are. Because if the first words you hear in the morning are positive, it changes the filter through which you see the entire day. Habit 4, gratitude and clarity. This one is simple but powerful. Take just 2 minutes, to write down 3 things you're grateful for. And then write 1 thing you want to accomplish today. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already good. Clarity shifts your energy from reacting to creating. You'll be amazed how much lighter you feel when you begin the day not with stress, but with gratitude and focus. Habit 5, plan, don't drift. If you don't plan your day will plan you. That's when distractions take over. That's when other people's priorities replace your own. That's when you get to the evening and say, what did I even do today? So before the chaos begins, take 5 minutes in the morning to set your top 3 priorities. Not 20, not 50, just 3. And then when the day gets messy, and it will, you'll still know what matters most.
Now, here's the key. Don't try to do all of these at once. Don't overwhelm yourself. Pick 1 or 2. Start small. Be consistent. Because success is not about intensity. It's about consistency. And if you can protect your first 10 minutes, move your body, feed your mind, practice gratitude, and plan your day, even in small ways, you will feel the difference in your energy, your focus, and your results. And here's the beautiful part. You don't just win the morning, you win yourself back.
Now, let's be honest. Everything I've shared so far sounds great, right? Protect your mornings, build habits, win the day. But then, the alarm clock rings. And suddenly, the bed feels warmer. The snooze button looks friendlier. And your brain starts negotiating. 5 more minutes won't hurt. I'll start tomorrow. I'm just not a morning person. Sound familiar? This is resistance, and resistance is real. I hear this all the time, and I want to tell you something that might surprise you. It's not about being a morning person. It's about being an intention person. Because if something matters to you, if your dreams matter, your health matters, your peace matters, you don't wait for your biology to give you permission. You decide. You create the energy. You build the habit. And guess what? Your body, it adapts. The truth is, you don't have to wake up at 4 a.m., but you do have to stop giving your mornings away. This one is a lie we tell ourselves. We all have time. We have time for Netflix. We have time for scrolling. We have time for one more snack, one more episode, one more scroll through Instagram. The problem isn't time. The problem is priorities. And if you keep telling yourself you don't have time for your mornings, what you're really saying is, I don't have time for me. And that has to change. The most dangerous excuse of all, tomorrow. Tomorrow is where dreams go to die. Because tomorrow never comes. There will always be another excuse, another distraction, another reason to wait. If you want to change your mornings, you start today. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, not on January 1st. Because the only day you actually control is today. So what do you do when resistance shows up? Because trust me, it will. Number 1, expect it. Don't be surprised when the excuses come. Smile at them, recognize them, but don't obey them. Number 2, start small. Don't try to create a 3-hour morning routine. Win with 5 minutes, then 10, then 15. Build momentum. Number 3, remember your why. Why are you doing this? For your health, for your family, for your peace of mind, your success? Keep that front and center, and resistance loses its grip. Because here's the truth. Resistance is loudest right before breakthrough. And if you push through those first few mornings, you'll discover something amazing. It gets easier. Not because mornings magically change, but because you do. So the next time that little voice whispers, "I'm not a morning person," or "I don't have time," or "I'll start tomorrow," I want you to answer back with this. No, I start today. I choose me. I win my morning, and I win my day. Because if you can silence those excuses in the morning, you can silence them anywhere in your life. And that, my friends, is how resistance becomes your training ground.
Now, I want to show you something powerful. Because this isn't just theory. It's not just rah-rah motivation. It's real. And I want to share some stories of people, famous and not famous, who discovered the secret of winning the morning. Let's start with people you know. Apple CEO Tim Cook, up at 4:30 every morning. Not to brag about being early, but because he knows the morning is when he can think without interruption. Michelle Obama, when she was in the White House, she made exercise a non-negotiable morning ritual. She said it kept her grounded and sane while carrying the weight of the nation's eyes on her. Writers, artists, inventors, many of them create their best work in the early hours, when the world is still quiet, when their minds are fresh. Look at athletes. Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, was famous for his 4 a.m. workouts. He believed that if he could squeeze in just one more training session while everyone else was sleeping, he would always stay ahead. And that wasn't about talent. It was about discipline, about seizing the morning. Serena Williams, she's talked about how her morning workouts and rituals help her enter tournaments not just physically prepared, but mentally centered. But let's not just talk about celebrities. Let me tell you about a woman I met named Sarah. She was a single mom working full-time, exhausted, barely keeping up. She told me, "I don't have time for mornings. I'm just trying to survive." But she decided to start with 5 minutes. 5 minutes every morning before her kids woke up. She sat with her coffee, wrote down what she was grateful for, and planned her top 3 priorities. And you know what happened? She started walking into work calmer. She felt less reactive. Her boss noticed. Her kids noticed. She noticed. 5 minutes turned into 10. 10 turned into a short workout. And slowly, her mornings became her anchor, not chaos. And she told me this: "For the first time in years, I feel like I'm not drowning. I'm steering."
From CEOs to athletes to single parents, the common thread is not talent. It's not money. It's not luck. It's ownership. They decided my mornings belonged to me. And that decision changed everything. So let me ask you, what's your story going to be? Will you be the one who drifts or the one who decides? Because the people who win their mornings are the people who write the stories worth telling.
We've talked a lot about strategy. We've talked about habits. We've talked about discipline. But now, I want to do something different. I want you to experience it. So, if you're willing, close your eyes for a moment. Yes, really, go ahead. Now, I want you to imagine yourself tomorrow morning. The alarm goes off, and instead of hitting snooze, you smile because you know today is yours. You sit up, you breathe deep. You feel your feet touch the ground, steady, strong. You don't grab your phone, you don't rush. You take a moment for you. Maybe you stretch, maybe you write, maybe you pray, maybe you just sit in gratitude. But in that moment, you feel it. Calm, clarity, strength. And as the sun rises, so do you. Not rushed, not reactive, but ready. You walk into your day with purpose. Your shoulders back, your mind clear, your energy steady. Now, imagine stringing together one of those mornings, then two, then a week, then a month. Imagine how different your life looks when you start every day with that kind of power. That's the life waiting for you. That's the gift hidden in your mornings. And it's yours if you choose it. Go ahead and open your eyes. That is what it feels like to win the morning. That is who you are capable of becoming. You've heard the message. You've felt the shift. You've seen the vision. Now comes the moment of truth. What will you do tomorrow morning? Will it be the same? The snooze button, the chaos, the rush, or will it be different? Will you take back those first precious minutes? Will you choose clarity over chaos? Will you win your morning? Here's my challenge to you. Tomorrow, just tomorrow, win your morning. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't try to change your whole life at once. Just win tomorrow morning. Wake up, take those 10 minutes for yourself. Move your body, feed your mind, find your gratitude, set your focus. And then, when you win tomorrow morning, win the next, and the next, and the next, until it's not just a habit, it's who you are. Because if you can win your mornings, you can win your days. If you can win your days, you can win your weeks. If you can win your weeks, you can win your months. And if you can win your months, you will win your life. And isn't that why you're here? Not just to exist, Not just to survive, but to win your life. So tomorrow, choose you. Choose focus. Choose clarity. Choose strength. Choose to win the morning. Because when you win the morning, you win the day. And when you win the day, you win everything. Your mornings are waiting. Now go and win them.